Hey everybody, Ace Channel Liam here and welcome to another episode of MetroMania. For those who aren't aware, MetroMania is an ongoing 16 Pokemon Metronome-only double battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion. And of course, this season is all about Alolan form Pokemon. If you're a fan of MetroMania already and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button to show you're enjoying the series, and of course hit the subscribe button if you're new so that you never miss an episode. The end of the heats is getting closer and closer and closer, but of course we're in Heat 6 today. Things are really getting interesting in this series, especially after last week's really short battle. So after that, let's take a look at how this week's brackets stack up. Just in case you missed it, go back and watch Season 6, Heat 5, Alolan Raichu versus Alolan Dugtrio. Alolan Dugtrio had arguably one of the most decisive victories in the history of Metromania. After Raichu got off to a rocky start, Dugtrio allowed it to kind of show signs of mounting a comeback and then just said, nah, this isn't happening. Good night, Raichu. Dugtrio absolutely annihilates Raichu, moves on to the quarterfinals, and this week we get to find out if its cousin, if its unevolved cousin Diglett, will prevail against the Alolan Muck. This is going to be a very interesting one. So here we go, it's Alolan Diglett versus Alolan Muck, and I know a lot of you are thinking Diglett shouldn't be in this, it's too weak. The random number generator has spoken and chose Diglett to be in this battle, in this position, so that's the way we go with it here on Metromania. We let the numbers decide, we let the random number generator do its bizzle, and honestly, I've learned never to count a Pokemon out in Metromania because we've seen upsets before. Just go and watch all of Apom's victories in a previous season. We see strength coming out from the regular Alolan Diglett for a decent amount of damage to a Muck. Bearing in mind, this is a bloody Diglett that just did that damage, and that's a great deal of damage for a Muck. Rest, unfortunately, is a mistake by Shiny Diglett. That's going to be advantage Muck now. As we see regular Muck goes for String Shot, that is going to slow the speedy Diglett down by 2 stages apiece, and that's unfortunate for the Diglett team and advantageous for the Muck team. But with that steel typing, maybe Diglett can pull something out of the bag here because it's got a lot of resistances. Let's see what Shiny Muck's going to do. Flamethrower. That steel typing not playing in the favor of Diglett. Oh my goodness. And there you go. That's exactly what Diglett didn't want to happen. That's very unfortunate. Now we got 1 Diglett versus 2 Muck. Okay, I know I said last week's was the shortest Metromania history, but maybe this one could also be the even shorter. Oh boy. And here's Shiny Muck starting things off. Of course, the speed advantage is now Muck after that String Shot. Goes for Minimize. Says, you ain't hitting me, mate. If you're the only Pokemon on the field, we want you to suffer. And oh boy, suffer is what Diglett might just do in this first round of Heat 6. Double team coming out from the regular Muck as well. So wants to increase its own evasiveness by a single stage. My word, this is not good for Diglett. Diglett needs to go for moves that don't miss, which I don't... Are there any in Let's Go? I guess we'll find out. Or Bind missed, so that's not good for Diglett. What's next, my little dude? What will happen here? Diglett is in a difficult position. Is it going to be an underdog that overcomes all the odds, or is it going to be the kind of underdog that just gets absolutely annihilated? Earthquake, there's your answer. If Diglett survives this, I'll be in shock. Round 1 goes to Alolan Muck. Diglett, the numbers are not on your side, my friend. As we go into round 2, Alolan Muck's in the lead, as kind of expected. And now it's time for Diglett to try and mount a comeback, I suppose. I have faith, but then at the same time, you're a pair of Diglett. I guess these are just the things that need to happen when there are so few Pokemon in a format for Metromania. Here we go. Diglett, I believe in you. I'm supposed to be impartial, but I believe in you. Thunder Shock on the regular Muck there. Will it get the paralysis? It doesn't get the paralysis, unfortunately. That's bad luck. Shiny Diglett gearing up its little blue nose. Goes for Fire Blast, though. Fair play, Diglett. Oh, that's a Fire Blast. Look how little damage it did. That's unfortunate. Didn't get the burn either. And here comes Shiny Alolan Muck, who is going to go for Sing. Avoided by Diglett, so Diglett will not be sleeping today. And regular Alolan Muck, look how beautiful that Pokemon is. Goes for Quick Attack. It is going to be resisted by Diglett, but that was a quick attack. And look how much damage it did. This is a massacre. This is not right, is it? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Muck must be very happy with the position that the random number generator chose, giving it kind of a free pass almost. Drill Peck though from Diglett, decent amount of damage to Shiny Muck, but it needs to do more moves like that, or one hit KO moves would be great. Here's Thrash though from Diglett. Let's see how much a Thrash does. That's not a bad hit for Thrash. And that's going to go on for a couple of turns there as well, which means there's no worry of Diglett accidentally putting itself to sleep or using an incorrect move. Smog won't affect Diglett, so that is an opening. Anytime they use a poison type move, Diglett gets a free move. Minimize, though, again from the... Well, this is a different battle to that previous Minimize, but that's the same strategy Shiny Muck was using before. Boy, oh boy, Minimize is not good in a Metronome battle, especially if you don't have the power advantage. So we're going to see what can Diglett do here. It needs to bust out the ground type moves, really, but not Earthquake if it can help it. Going for Stomp, maybe hoping to flinch Muck. It's a tiny bit of chip damage there, and here's the Thrash as well on that same Muck. If they double into the Mucks like this, that's a great way to go. Shiny Diglett is confused, unfortunately, due to fatigue, but that's the way they need to go. Take the Muck out one by one. Here's Acid from Shiny Muck. Isn't going to affect the Diglett team at all, and there's the flinch. This is the opportunity that Diglett needs if Diglett's going to go through to the quarterfinals to take on even stronger opponents. Oh boy, it would have to take on Dugtrio. Remember these Pokemon. Oh my god, Diglett's confused. Shiny Diglett's confused, I should say. Ignores the confusion, goes for the Metronome. And here's Whirlwind, which is unfortunately a mistake to use. But just imagine if these Diglett can pull this off and get 2 victories over Muck now, they go on to face Dugtrio, which would be a very interesting battle. And unfortunately, the Diglett isn't able to mount any offense that turn. Muck goes for Leech Seed. Oh boy. So that is going to sap the HP from Diglett to restore Shiny Muck's HP there. And if Diglett can't hit that Muck because of its increased evasiveness, that Muck is going to sit pretty for a long time. Here's Pound from regular Muck. Not very effective on the Diglett, but still did a decent amount of damage. There's the Leech Seed damage eating away at the regular Diglett and restoring the HP of the Shiny Muck there. Diglett still, do you know what? Fair play. This battle's been going on quite a while now. Diglett is holding its own. It's been at least like 3 turns, maybe 4th turn now? Diglett snaps out of confusion, goes for the Metronome. What's it going to do? Shiny Diglett is going to go for Rock Throw, which should do a bit of chip, that tiny bit of chip damage there to Shiny Muck. Even the Leech Seed will bury that amount of damage. And here is a Fire Spin, though, which is great by that Diglett on the Muck that's taken more damage, trapping in that Fiery Vortex, so that Muck is guaranteed to keep taking damage at the end of each turn for the foreseeable future, as it goes for Psy-Wave, which should be resisted by the Steel-type Shiny Diglett. Still does massive damage, though. Oh, no, wait, Psy-Wave does set damage, doesn't it? It's not affected by resistances. That's unfortunate for Diglett. Here's a Water Gun, though. That is super effective. Takes down Shiny Diglett. There's just the regular Diglett to go now against these 2 Muck, and that Leech Seed is in effect and is not going to give up. This Diglett is now in a very dangerous position. The Diglett team, give them credit, they've lasted a lot longer than any of us expected them to, as that Fire Spin takes effect on the regular Alolan Muck there, but it's not looking good for the Diglett team. Let's be realistic. Diglett needs a miracle to get into the next round. I feel like I was saying this last week about Raichu. Here's Sleep Powder, though, putting to sleep arguably the biggest threat on the field, which is the Alolan Muck, the shiny Alolan Muck, that is the one with Leech Seed in effect. Now Diglett needs to find a way to get itself out of danger, as we see Mega Kick coming out from that regular Alolan Muck. It is going to land, oh my word, and take down regular Diglett. Now it's done. Heat 6 has been won by Alolan Muck, who goes on to face Diglett's big brother, Dugtrio, or cousin, whatever. We don't care. In the next round, oh boy. I think this was one of those battles that was an absolute foregone conclusion. Muck, with its one weakness, even though it was obviously a weakness that Diglett technically could take advantage of, Diglett was just bodied. Like, Muck just absolutely bodied Diglett. Diglett did show really good heart in the second round. Like, the second round went a lot longer than I think any of us thought it was going to do, but unfortunately, Diglett just couldn't quite hack it, and Muck moves triumphantly on, but now it's got to take on Diglett's big brothers, which I don't think it's probably going to have a good time against. So good luck, Muck, as you face Dugtrio in the quarterfinals. Oh boy. And of course, don't forget to tune in next week as we see Heat 7, where Alolan Vulpix takes on Alolan Sandshrew. And of course, that's where I'm going to leave this episode of MetroMania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, please pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrinilium. And for live streams all week long, head over to twitch.tv/AceTrinilium. But until next time, I'm Ace Trinilium. Keep on training.